street. I know, I'm going to do an investigation to see if ACU should get more car parking for students using maps. Before we begin the investigation, it is important to make sure we know exactly what we are trying to find. In this investigation, we're trying to see if ACU has enough parking for students. So our question is, should ACU get more car parking for students? As we will be using maths in this investigation, it is good to make sure that we have a prediction of what we think the answer will be. As we found it very difficult to get a car park at ACU in the morning when we arrive for class, we are going to predict that ACU should get more parking for students. So yes. There are always variables which impact results in an investigation. Some we take into account and some that we recognise they could potentially impact results, yet we choose to ignore them. In my investigation, I recognise that students may find it easy to get a car park at ACU at different times due to different variables, including time of day, day of the week, the month and time of the year. In this investigation, we're going to see if time of day and day of the week directly impact how easy it is to get a car park at ACU, and are choosing to ignore the other variables. Before I began the investigation, I made a plan of how I was going to carry it out, so I split it into 3 tasks. 1. Count how many car parks are free at different times of the day throughout the week. 2. Find the average number of car parks for each day and the average number of car parks for each time. 3. Analyse results to answer the question, should ACU get more car parks for students? The first task in solving this question was to count how many car parks are free at different times of the day throughout the week. To do this, I created this table to record the results. As you can see, on Monday at 9 AM there were no car parks free, however on a Friday at the same time there were 6 car parks free. 2. Find the average number of car parks for each day and the average number of car parks for each time. Average can be defined as adding a collection of numbers and dividing the answer, or the sum, by the amount of numbers added together. Another way to describe an average is a typical or common amount. So if someone asked you if they would get a car park on Monday at ACU, you could say that it is likely they will find 1 car park free if 1 car park free was the average for a Monday. So I wanted to find the average number of car parks free on a Monday at ACU. To do that, I added the sum of the number of car parks available, which is circled in red, and I got 7. Then I divided it by the amount of numbers which were added together, which was 4. So 7 divided by 4 gives you the average number of car parks free on a Monday at ACU, which is 1.75 car parks free. As you obviously can't have 1.75 car parks free, you can assume that you will normally find between 1 and 2 car parks free on a Monday. After I found the average car parks free on a Monday, I then found the average car parks free for the rest of the days of the week. On Tuesday it is 2.5, Wednesday it is 6, Thursday it is 2, and Friday is 6.5. After I found the averages for each day, I then found the averages for each time. So to find the average number of cars free at 9 AM on Monday to Friday was, you add the number of free car parks each day together and divide it by 5 as we added 5 numbers together. So the sum of the free car parks at 9 AM every day was 9, and divided by 5 as we added 5 numbers together, so 1 for each day of the week, we got an average of 1.8. And just like before, as there can't be 1.8 car parks free, we assume that the typical number of car parks free at 9 AM is between 1 and 2. I then continued to find the averages for the rest of the times throughout the week, and discovered that at 11 AM the average was 2.2, at 1 PM it was 3.5, at 3 PM it was 5.6. Looking at our results, we see that the day it is and the time of day impact how many car parks are free at ACU for students. For example, on a Monday at ACU the average is 1.75, whereas on Fridays it is 6.5. Looking at these averages for the amount of car parks free throughout the day changes as time changes. The later it gets in the day, the higher the average of the number of car parks free. However, there are limitations in this investigation. As results are only recorded for 1 week, they aren't accurate averages, and we cannot assume that the averages would be the same every week. After my investigation, because we always had an average greater than 1 car park free in the student car park, I'm going to say that ACU does not need any more car parks for students, proving my prediction incorrect. My results show that because I'm arriving in the morning, I'm experiencing difficulty to get a park. But if I organise my timetable differently next semester to get later classes, I would find it easier to get a park.